mid, because it's sort of a Dark Mago hero. I don't feel like there's that much of a secret to play it, but they will still try and run it in the offlane here, which should be fine. I don't think it's necessarily that hard of a lane. Very curious to see how the Chen's gonna play though, because maybe you can go for like some armor creeps, right? I think your priority here is probably to get a blue ogre, just so the Alk doesn't really care at all about the physical damage of Waska.
And, well, this time we do have the Satyr summoning of Prada. He didn't go for the Hell Bears as we saw in the previous series.
Mm-hmm. What are the other facets, right? It's the potato, the satyr, and what else?
I'll quickly check. I actually don't play it. Okay, so he has
Oh,
the Centaurs, so
troll.
he's Centaur Courser or Centaur Conqueror. The Wolves, Alpha Wolf or Giant Wolf. The Hellbear or Hellbear Smasher. The Hill Troll or Dark Troll Summoner. And the Satyr or Mind Stealer or Satyr Tormentor. It's 5 facets.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
is the
he's the
Centaur?
highest.
What was the Centaur Courser? What buff does he have?
Uh, very cool, actually, because it used to be the magic resistance, right? But it's not that anymore.
Is it? I know it is. I think it still is. It should still be that, I think. Or did they nerf it? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it is. It is magic resistance. Yeah, I thought that they maybe. I think they changed. I don't know. They changed the creep so much, but yeah, it's still magic resistance.
I still like the fact that creeps like get stronger during the game over time. That's kind of a cool little change. And also
That's
that I think the Doom facet upgrades it. All the the Devour
the highest
facet.
level.
It upgrades it by like 1 level or something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just like Chen and then get that extra level.
Oh, Matthew counter warding right there. Places the sentry ward at the start to make sure Prada doesn't grab any creeps from there. Or they make any big stacks for the Alchemist to farm up huge. Dark Mago versus Frank in mid. High five in front of each other. They're not even hitting each other. That's just next to each other. It doesn't really matter.
Very courteous of both sides. Very polite, as we should expect. South America, one of the most fancy regions of all Dota.
Yes, they would never do anything against each other, like throw an unstable concoction on a fish. That would be insane.
Or complaining about a teammate during a stream.
Yep. Of a team you just joined. That you'd never do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After winning a tournament. Like a month before.
Very polite. Very, very polite.
Well, to be fair, you are very polite. And I'm still at one point ever going to eat some of the food that you make, because if you haven't seen Bo's Instagram, he makes very delicious looking food.
I actually didn't tell you that, but I was in Amsterdam for 1.5 days.
I mean, it's like a 2-hour drive or an hour with public transport for me, so.
Yeah, I should have probably told you that.
Probably should have still said it, because there might have been a chance I was actually in Amsterdam as well, because I have to go to Amsterdam every once in a while to pick up / bring my dad to the airport.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just visiting a friend that lives in Belgium now, so she was traveling, and I decided to say hello. But dude, it's so expensive in Amsterdam. I have never paid for a shittier hotel as much as I have in Amsterdam. It is insane how expensive that city is.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's the capital, so it makes sense that it's expensive. I've been there to a hotel. I've paid a hotel once, but then we also like paid way too much because we wanted a nicer hotel. Normally, I mean, they're still expensive, but I tend to go to like something called Van de Valk, which is they have like a toucan as a picture, and they're like $130 a night, which is still expensive,
Oh,
but they have, they have really good facilities normally.
no, it wasn't. Like from the picture, it felt like it was like a two-person bed and a relatively big room. When I got to the room, it was a single bed, and the door would actually hit the bed, so it wouldn't like fully open. And I think I paid 220 euros for the hotel, and that
What?
was bad.
No, you got robbed. You 100%
Dude,
got robbed. 220
I
euros for a night?
yeah, for a night, yeah.
No, no, no. You went to like the worst possible hotel. There's like a bazillion hotels in Amsterdam, and most of them you can get a good stay for like 150, 120.
Damn. Okay, yeah, then I got robbed because I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no,
If it
200
was
plus, I would be.
reasonably big, I would be fine. But it was so small, bro. It was so small.
That was
Matthew,
like what I paid for like my TI hotel. I actually paid, I think, slightly less than 200, which was
Copenhagen?
in
Yeah, like it's
Copenhagen,
very
which was more
expensive.
which
Yeah,
is more expensive of a city than Amsterdam.
yeah. I think that might be the most expensive city in Europe, maybe.
No, that should definitely be like Monaco, probably. Not
Oh,
Monaco.
okay. Yeah, that doesn't
Monaco is
that doesn't
insane.
count.
Okay,
That's like
then
for
the
celebrities and
what's the capital
maybe
of Switzerland?
Paris. Oh, true.
Like that's very
I
expensive. Luxembourg is very expensive. There's a lot more
oh,
expensive cities than
Zurich.
Amsterdam. Zurich, yeah, yeah. Zurich is like bunch of cities that are really, really expensive. I think Amsterdam is
Okay.
decently priced. I mean, not for a house. You will never be able to afford a house there, but the rest, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So how's the CS going here? Let's check it out. Alpha is actually struggling quite a bit. Dragonite and Puck tied up. The Slaughter is owning.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better than I initially would have expected in that bottom lane so far. But the harass is starting to rake in from Prada here, as Sacred is running out of regen in the
Yeah, the
lane.
mana
He's
drain is
sending up.
annoying for sure, and they have infinite mana regen because of the Chan creep, right? So a lot of concoctions being cast.
Yeah, look at Prada. He's making some big stacks happen on the back end as well. So this Alk will be able to just freely clean them up. Unless they rotate someone to clean up those stacks, because they have terrible stack takers on the side of Waska, except for the DK, but he's not going to go to that area, like, ever.
Yeah, he needs levels. He doesn't even have a point of the ref right now. It's gonna take a while until he can actually steal it. So overall, uh, decent start here. I guess the Puck from Leo Style struggling a little bit, but we did talk about it. Dark Mago, I mean, one of the best mids in the world right now, we could argue, from his MMR at least.
And he's playing one of the most boring heroes in the game, but also a hero that never, like, against the Puck, you can't die. It's impossible. You need to actually dive for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
to get killed.
very true.
And Matthew again placing the sentry ward to counter stacks to be made, but they already have a nice little stack there, double stack going in the area. And they're trying to do the same on Michel. He's trying to stack up his triangle for the bristle. Like, this is a game where Fusion just needs those big juicy stacks. And their cores are going to be insanely strong. Speaking of which, stun onto Kotaro. The Alchemist stuns himself with the unstable concoction. Big rotation right there from Yodomi.
That's so sad because it looked like they could actually turn that around. They had the Ogre armor there. So not a lot of damage was being done by Sacred, but they still get to get that kill top lane because should be fine.
Yeah, he's got a 20 magic wand, so he'll just swap back to full agi, pop it, be just fine. And Dark Mago in mid is a full level ahead of Leostal.
Sheesh. And the Goldley doesn't show it, but it feels like experience-wise, they are definitely on struggle down here for Fusion. Hopefully they don't have their Wisdom Rune stolen, because that could be a big problem for the supports that need level 6s.
Unstable Concoction, Katara throws it out, Sacred takes some damage, but that death on Kataro hurts, especially now that they're going in with Yodomi rotating once again. The Alchemist, his teammate, is not there. The Chen is chilling on the other side,
Oh
and he tries to
no.
get the stun off. He does get it thrown, but he loses his life once again, and the Alchemist once again falters. And, I mean, he even has to wait a couple of seconds in his base before he can make the TP happen.
That's awful. And Prada trying to help doesn't get another stack off. Yeah, that's definitely not great. No TP on the Elk as well. Has to wait a little bit to go for that TP.
Prada topside is in the area to maybe harass Pakaz, but unless Pakaz goes full Agi and has 1 HP, like, you're not going to kill off this morph.
Definitely not.
Michel coming in
They are
from behind.
trying.
Stun comes out, but he can just swap towards strength and be absolutely perfectly fine. Yodomi rotates through as well. Unless no one else is going to help out, their focus is going to be Prada on their Chen. Waveform goes past the Ice Shard's block as well. And the Morphling is actually in full strength mode, and he's going to die.
Okay. Clap.
Okay.
I think that actually took longer than he had to, because the Lai actually got the stun off, and he was not morphing. So he hesitated on Hex, and he had to chase for so much longer. But thankfully for them, Dark Mago only wants to take that mid tier 1. So it will be at least a kill, but the exchange will be this tower. I don't think they can actually defend it.
I'm kind of baffled at the fact that there was one TP and that was the plus 5 going back to the lane. No Matthew coming in with the hoodwink. I mean, even Sacred on the Slardar maybe being able to turn that one around. They just slowly let their Morphling get taken down.
It probably feel like it doesn't matter, right? As long as the Dragon Knight gets the tower, the Slaughter gets to his timings, like, one death on Pakaz is not gonna change this game. I think it's fine, actually, not to help him there. He's having a really good game on the Morphling, just, like, considering that he died once but still has decent net worth. He's actually somehow behind the Slaughter, but that's because the Slaughter absolutely destroyed his lane.
And the big difference here is Leo style. That puck has a kill, of course, on the Morphling top side, but is really far behind compared to Dark Mago, who's almost done with the Blink Dagger already. Sacred's also going for the Blink, so double Blinks being built up on 2 of the cores for Waska means they're ready to immediately make plays across the map.
Yeah, that's very worrisome, this puck. It's gonna be a free food, I think. He's farming some stacks. They have a lot of stacks. So at least if they can get those before the Blink Dagger ganks start happening, that's good. You're gonna offset a little bit of this disparity.
Yeah, because DK can definitely clear out an Ancient stack. Obviously, they want to use it for the Bristle to get his Ags faster, but if Dark Mago invades, you might be in a lot of trouble, because that Ancient stack drops pretty quickly to DK's Cleave.
And it's a fat stack. It's a really big one.
Well, what can they do right now? Because he's got his Flads done. He's going for the Dragon Lance and Manta style as his next tools. Needs to get the Manta to at least get rid of the puck signs. There's Frank farming up the Ancient stacks, and that's just so much money. Needs to be a little bit careful, of course, not to get mowed down.
Blink Dagger gets spotted by the puck, but you're actually just gonna farm the Dire stack here with Dark Mago's Blink. So they get the Blink, but all they want to do is farm. I guess they're waiting for the Slaughter one as well, and that will come the next minute.
Frank is, yeah, one piece away from his Aghanim Scepter being done. The Alchemist also had some pretty nice stacks. He doesn't have, like, the fast, insane Radiance that we saw earlier today with the 11-minute timing, but it won't be the worst timing either. However, Dark Mago on this DK, just loving life. Even with that Blink Dagger, still continuing to farm, and curious if he is going for the Orchid against the Puck
For
or
sure.
the Mage Slayer against the
For
Bristle.
sure. I think it's definitely an Arcade. The Slaughter has one queued up, so maybe you're right. Maybe the plan is having the Slaughter by the Orchid and the Mage Slayer on the DK. I think both are fine. Like, the gold lead doesn't show it, but to me they're incredibly ahead.
Oh, jump in onto Frank, kill him before he can get the Aegis Airs, a quick kill, and that, sorry, the Ags, and that's going to delay it significantly longer. Plus, he is, at this stage in the game, still very squishy, especially with the Sharpshooter in play.
Another smoke. Oh, that's actually neat because on Yadomi. Looking for maybe Kotar?
Yeah, Kataro's got to be a little bit careful there. Domi quickly going to go for some counterward shenanigans.
Very nice.
But Dark Mago still top net with Pakaz is actually also farming really well. Sacred's the big surprise to me. I thought his lane was going to be harder, but he's got the blink done. He's going for second item, Aghanim Scepter. And that Ags is remarkably strong with that 40% status resistance. 13 armor, 26 HP regen. My lord.
Yeah, Chen was an interesting choice because it's one of those heroes that is not necessarily that strong in lane, but it does make the mid-game team fights quite hard for the enemy team. We'll see if this farm here on Prada is going to be what they need, because Waska already ahead, despite an Alchemist being on the enemy side.
And Frank, after these stacks, should be able to at least get his Ags done. Question is, of course, will they be able to do something with it? Are they looking to make a play? I mean, Puck is still trying to catch up. Witchblade is going to be the item of choice here. And DK is going to go for the Orchid build. So they're going to have the DK go for the Orchid. Sacred instead going for the Shard.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
Courier flying out. Michel, the courier flying back should give away the info that they need. And the bounces, no, it's a little bit too deep for the dive. We'll just barely dodge death.
Really good deep wards from Waska. That one in between the tier 2 mid and the big jungle, and the other one in the triangle. Anyone that crosses this area is going to be in some big trouble. Gets
Stunned up.
Found.
He needs help. It's a little bit far away. Finger gets thrown out. He does get the DK stun going. He's trying to stay alive, but he just gets blown up. Leostyle gets the kill, and yeah, had an amplified damage room. Felt a little bit stronger than he actually was with his team all falling back.
All right, that's pretty clutch. He was definitely 2 alone there in that mid lane. So pays after the price. Had 2 wards. So he thought he was safe, but the angle that the line engaged was super good. Like, quite hard for him to know he was there.
I know. Dark Mago's Orchid is going to get delayed. Frank is going to go for the Shard Blood. What do you think about the Bloodstone Bristleback? Do you think it's a must-have?
I mean, it's decent this game, right? You don't have a Shivas hero. Morphling can buy Skydy, but that's going to take a while. So I don't think Bloodstone's bad. No Vessel hero. I mean, no hero is a Vessel hero, apparently. If you can farm it, it's always good.
Ollie's going to be busy for quite some time to manage to secure it. Because it is a hefty investment right there. The Orchid is now done on the DK, so Puck has to deal with a, the stun / Orchid quick catch, and that Puck's gonna be a long way away from the Yule Scepter.
Yeah, he just finished the Witchblade. It's very weak at the moment, and They're looking for him right now.
Domi on the side, spots out the ESL. There's the water sponge.
Oh
Slardart
no.
comes in. There's the break and the puck get away. No, he cannot. Bash comes out from Sacred. Gets the kill. He's got the shard as well, so he doesn't have to do the corrosive haste cast, which saves time.
Yeah, very good. That's literally what gave him the kill there, because Puck was half a second away from getting the phase shift off. And the Midas Armor definitely makes a difference.
Now Waska, net worth-wise, they're pretty even because Kotaro does have the Radiance done and is still finding pretty solid farm. Has finally taken that top net worth spot decisively, but Frank is rushing forward with the shard, with the Aghanim Scepter, going for Yodomi. Yodomi cannot get out of there. The stun lock is too long. They're going to turn their attention towards the line. The Bristleback doesn't have his ulti available.
Solar Press.
Well available anymore, but they're falling back. Frank charging in for the Slardar. However, Kotaro here needs to be careful. The Slithering Crush comes in and he gets taken down. Sacred almost loses his life. He's on the run. Puck finds the kill. Neostal to catch up, but is going to get caught here. Is the Chen going to be able to keep him alive? It seems so. And now Morphling's on the run. Dreamcoil comes out. Picasso is going to get controlled. The Morphling is in a lot of trouble, and Dark Mago falls back. His team gets crushed in the process.
Alright, Leo style. I mean, he played the fight beautifully. Just going in and out, getting a lot of damage done. The Blink Dagger debut on this Alchemist was pretty clutch. And despite the fact that they were able to kill the Lion from the start, it's still a good fight for Fusion. This game, considering how tough of a mid-laning stage Leo Style had, I definitely had lower expectations for his impact this game, and he's delivering way more than I expected.
He's doing an absolute terrific job on the puck. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's closing it. He's almost done with the Yules after that fight. Like, that's how much money he managed to gain from that engagement. And they want to go for a fight immediately here. Get the Sun in onto the Lion. Blow him up. I think that's also the biggest problem that they had in the last fight. They missed the Tusk. I think Tusk is the most crucial one here with the save against the Bristleback.
Mm-hmm.
So now they are the ones that find the initiation to get the man advantage, and Fusion will be instantly backing off. But this Frank Bristleback, he's got the Voodoo Mask done, and that
Bristleback the highest level hero this game, actually. I guess Bakaz is same level as him, but very scary Bristleback game considering it's the second pick.
Yeah, this Bristleback is not really heavily answered by the opponent's draft either.
Yeah, it's only the break of the Hoodwink, so Matthew might need to be a bit more selective with how he uses his Sharpshooter.
And yeah, he's going to go for the Glimmer Cape into Maelstrom. Okay, you know, Glimmer Cape. I'm a support, Maelstrom. Haha. Only for a bit. But Yodomi has his Blink Dagger done on the Tusk, so you have that instant initiation from 3 cores of Waska that you have to deal with now.
Yeah, that's the save as well. Against the Coil, against the Lion Hex. Alk is going for a Manta, so just needs to dispel against the Slaughter. I feel like Shard's not bad this game either, because that is another layer of dispel that you have.
Morphling's going for a pretty early Shard in his build-up, which is not too bad. I mean, you can't use it when you're Hex, right? Because you're also silenced when you're Hex.
Only, I guess everything else he can, but Hex is really that one weakness. And, you know, there's not going to be a Blink Dagger in this line for a long time, so I still feel like it's worth it for him.
Sacred. Bottom lane. Okay. I mean, it's... Actually, Yodomi with that shard gets the Chen creep kills. That's a little bit sad for Prada there, but yeah, the Slardar, he is like falling further and further down in the net worth charts. He is starting to get to the struggle points of the game for a Slardar.
That's the bane of this hero. Farms so slowly. Just you have a lot of hungry heroes on the side of Waska, Hoodwinks farming, both the DK and the Morphling as well. So don't really get to benefit too much. But if you go Roche, that's when he can be useful. Looks like that's going to be the path they're going to take.
They take it very quickly. Morphling plus Slardar. Yeah, it just melts quickly, but there is a move coming out from the side of Fusion. Will they be there in time is the question. Roche already dead. Leostal jumps in, finds the Hoodwink, but the Glimmer gets the Hoodwink out of there. Dream Coil gets thrown now. Kotaro actually stuns himself. And Matthew gets out, or does he? Bushwhack. That was a... Did he just get force staff? Wait, what? He got force staffed by...
Wild Wing, right?
Dark Mago force staffed him in, I think.
Oh.
He went for the sharpshooter to push himself back, but because of that, he turned around and he got forced by the DK.
Lord. Oh, Dark Mago is showing here. Looks like there's gonna be a TP from Kotaro. They are looking for this one max duration concoction.
Now, can he get himself out there? Dark Mago needs a little bit of help there.
Body
Sacred
blocks.
nearby, but Sacred, can he get the blink going? No. He is not going to charge in aggressively because Frank has those viscous nasal goo shots coming in from behind. Michel dropping a little bit low, but there's the heal coming out. Pakaz gets stunned up on the side. Still has that Aegis. They're kiting the rest of his team around. Control onto Sacred, who is going to go for the TP attempt, but is immediately
Waska.
killed off afterwards. Pakaz, can he get himself out of there? The Morphling is in a lot of trouble. Adaptive Strike comes out. The Aegis is going to get popped, and that's life number 1 gone.
Does have waveform, Manta in 4 seconds, but gets instantly controlled here.
And that is a full team wipe, including the Aegis. This Bristleback, he's taking no prisoners.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time Dark Mago just kills himself, right? He's alone, out of position, gets connected by the entirety of Fusion, baits his team into a bad fight. And that's a game where they had the Aegis as well. Fusion somehow now 8k gold ahead. I didn't even know how that's possible.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, their solid performance from the early game has completely been nullified by Fusion.
It's pretty crazy.
Couple of mistakes there. I mean, it's not only the fact that you're out of position, it's also like there's no one in this team nearby. They're all gone.
Yeah.
Actually, you killed off your Hoodwink right before as well. So you kill off your Hoodwink, then you TP towards mid to then immediately get blown up. It's a whole lot of whoopsie daisy from Dark Mago.
It's really sad. Sacred though did finish his BKB. Looks like the DK is actually working towards an ace.
Dark Mago falling back. Bushwhack comes in. There's the sharpshooter as well. The control, do they have the damage to kill off the Bristleback? He is trying to heal up, but the Bloodstone's not going to be enough. Michel is going to be locked in position to get easily swept. So they find 2 as a response. But look at that army of Dark Troll Summoner skeletons pushing the tier 2 tower top. There's only one tier 2 left standing.
That was really good micro. By Prada, he fed the potato, and then all of the trolls got the attack speed bonus, and they absolutely demolished the tower.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they're not out of the game just yet. They're still in, like, the moment Pakaz gets his Kanda, he has that one-shot potential. Because in that last fight as well, he struggled killing off this lion.
Yeah. They're yet to address the healing, right? And no Scotty is inside here for Pakaz. So the Bristle was like completely out of position in that fight, but if it is a better one with more vision and the Bristol is full HP, I still struggle to see how they're gonna... Like, you need to use all the spells, the Sharpshooter, or else this Bristol's just not dying.
Yep. The bristleback needs to be sharpshooted, or you need to get a silver edge, which honestly is not a weird item for DK to build. Morphling gonna get jumped on the side. Pakaz is swapping towards strength. Slowly but surely, the finger gets thrown now. Can he get himself out of there? They will lose Matthew in the meantime. They lose Pakaz next. Sacred jumps in, going for Michel on the line. But Sacred needs to go for the TP out of there. And they lose 2. And one of them being the big fat Morphling taken down by just an aggressive jump from Katara. High ground. Yeah. What's stopping them? Morphling's dead for 50. DK doesn't really do anything.
Crazy. And the Dragon Knight already used Dragon Form, so he is useless for the next 50 seconds as well. But that's like a Varix. Potentially 2. Actually, no Glyph already.
Yeah. Leostyle also making sure the creep wave gets caught. And their fusion is just on fire right now. Waska in a lot of trouble. They are a team that lineup that can, of course, defend against creeps quite easily. But it's mistake after mistake that's coming through.
Yeah.
Like Chen's almost done with the Crimson Guard. That's a big Chen to back up with the Solar Crest mech. Crimson Guard is Hand of God. He has the shot as well, so he has the ancient creeps that he can yoink.
If he finishes his Crimson Guard before the next Roche fight, I think things are going to be very dicey for Waska. They are smoking right now, so they want to utilize the Bloodthorn that was finished here for Dark Mago. Do they have any dispels? I mean, they have a fair amount, right? Pluck can dispel himself, Alchemist can dispel himself. It only works on the Bristle.
Jump in onto the Bristle. Can they kill him off? He has the Bloodstone going, but the break is there.
Oh, he's alive!
Dropping low. He's staying alive right now. He's healing pretty nicely. Dark Mago's dropping instead. Frank is just hugging the wall. And because there is not enough damage, Frank survives. And yeah, Slarda has a buyback. The other two don't. GG gets called. And Fusion take game number 1 dominantly.
I think more importantly than the fact that they won is how they did it, right? Waska had complete domination of all of the lanes. They have a very straightforward take Roche, take the game type lineup. So should have a good time. You also have just natural sustain because of your passive. Feel like it's just pretty straightforward here. And I would love to see this Beastmaster actually skipping creeps early on, because you literally pick these clinks to kill the boar. I would love to see just wild access spam instead.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the better. The question is gonna be, okay, yeah, he's queued up that he wants to get the Ags on Frank, so we saw it as well earlier today. It was with the Shadow Demon, so they had a save back then. But the Beastmaster's healing that comes out of Drums of Slam is really good. And, you catch anyone with a roar, they die very quickly in those teamfight engagements. But I think a lot of this game is going to come down to the Nyx Assassin. I think he's going to be like Matthew, if he plays well, he can counter too much of this Fusion esports side.
And here's the thing, this Beastmaster that heals will eventually be taking 30% less damage because of a Shadow Walk from the bounty, and you add that to Dawnbreaker healings, maybe a Solar Crest from the Lion. He's going to be really hard to bring down unless you absolutely explode him, which is possible. Nyx tiny. There's a lot of burst damage there. So maybe after the eggs, I think this is definitely a pipe game for the beast, right?
No.
No.
Maybe. The thing is, Clinks and DP are just pure physical damage. Tiny with the Avatar combo, that one's a little bit scary, but it's the Tiny and the Nyx that do the magic damage. I just don't necessarily know if I think of BK like you might want to just go BKB instead of pipe in a
Maybe just
specific
a
game.
blink, right?
Yeah,
Blink
blink.
roar into Dawnbreaker OT, Q anyone.
That's the thing. Nyx Assassin, again, he can stop the Dawn's ulti. And also, Dawn mid, one big advantage is the fact that you get that fast level 6, you'll be able to help out the side lanes if Nyx Assassin is not there or has Spike Carapace on cooldown.
Yeah, Spike Carapace cooldown level 1. It's very long, right? So I think early on, I don't really care about it that much. Once he has level 4, that's when, 8-second cooldown, much harder to play against. I think during the early game, like, he's not even going to be invis, so it's pretty hard to just play around the usage. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the approach is going to be. And Frank does have creeps, so because we'll have a good time just killing all of them with his Death Pact.
Smoke up on Team Fusion, looking for anyone stepping out of bounds. Smoke gets broken on Yadomi. Looks to be just straightforward 2-for-2 bounty rune trade. No shenanigans coming in because, I mean, dude comes back after taking, what, like 2-3 months break and decides, in the first series, let's play a Meepo. In the second series, let's play a Klings. He's like, I just play what I want.
Well, gotta respect that.
Because being spotted out by Prada. Because in a lot of trouble right now. There's the Sun with the double boar slow as well. He's going to jump on towards the boar. And the ice shards block. Oh my lord. That one was beautiful. Death Pact level 1. But it keeps him alive.
Looks like we're gonna have pretty standard lanes here. I guess this level 1 bounty is a little bit. Sometimes we see Shuriken level 1. They actually did decide to get the Shadow Walk instead.
Yeah, the through and through facet on bounty is so good. Yeah, especially later in the game, you just rinse right through them with all the shurikens. Bouncing all over the place with the tracks. Sacred takes a lot of damage here. Taro has Flak Cannon, and Sacred's looking to be first blooded. Successfully gained for Kataro. There is that DP death that you were talking about. The hero has already dropped down.
Dude, like, if you're dying to a level 1 bounty, I don't know. I'm not a believer of that hero. And it's such a fragile hero, right? Not only because it's low HP, but because if you die a couple of times, this hero is literally useless. It's just like the Slaughter. It doesn't farm. It doesn't scale. You're just a big blob of an OT.
Dark Mago right now is destroying Leostyle because Leostyle does not have the money for a bottle yet, and took so much damage early game that this Mars is. He got his full bottle delivered already on the. Sorry, Mars. I meant Tiny. And Dark Mago is making sure that the Water Rune does not get picked up by Leostyle. Luckily enough, Leostyle in 3 gold will be able to send out his bottle, but he is starting this lane off pretty far behind.
Yeah, the first levels are definitely tough. No point in Luminosity, so definitely struggles a little bit. Dark Mago. I mean, he is rank 12, right? Game 1 was the same thing. The puck got out, absolutely demolished by the DK.
That's why you got him in the team. Mike Michel clears up the courier. I remembered that I once did a video on Infamous when Michel was in there, and then I asked them specifically, like, how do you pronounce his name? Because everyone calls him Michael, and I asked it to the, like, Infamous manager, and he sent like I still have them somewhere on my phone, like WhatsApp voice image, voice chats of him saying Michel, and I was like, how? And now it's engraved in me that I have to call him Michel, otherwise I'm gonna get pissed at myself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like in Brazil, like we have our own pronunciation as well, but it's one of those pronunciations where because there is an English one, I'm fine with both. But it's nice that you take the effort to say it properly because there's.
Oh, the
I'm
rest
trying to
I
remember.
like anything that's Russian and has Cyrillic letters. I will not pronounce correctly. I always screw those up. I still
No,
call
I'm trying to remember.
Eurus
Oh, Frank is
paparazzi.
dead. Oh, is he?
Tag team, yeah, he is. It is a pretty painful lane though. Tusk plus Clinks, and Michel is the next one in trouble. Double kill for Pakaz, so not too shabby. Their laning is actually going pretty well because Sacred has recovered in terms of at least last its top side.
Yeah, Qatar not having a great time. Every single lane just being demolished this time around. But we saw them winning the lanes in game one, and it was not enough to take them to victory.
Yeah, though this time they have a little bit. I mean, DP maybe not, but this is a really good tiny game. And blowing up the supports at the very least. And he is very
Yeah.
far. Well, he's not that amazingly far ahead of the Dawn, but definitely feeling still very comfortable. I do think that they have to be careful because this Dawn's almost level 6. And that's when the side lane ganks will be coming in. And those are scary.
Yeah, Pakaz could even be in trouble.
Taking a lot of damage here. Ice Shard's block will make sure no kill will come through. But Dawn is half a level, a little bit less than half a level away from his ult.
Dawn will get his 6. And one creep.
The catapult, pretty much, should be enough. He was there in range. He was in range, but it got denied, so...
Yeah, Dobby actually dodged a nurse spike with Snowball. I was not even... I didn't know that was possible. But it takes a lot of damage because of it.
Too good, too skilled. Does Frank have any stacks? One ancient stack. So far, Dawn ulti gets used. Bottom lane, they're going to go for Pagaz, and Pagaz will not be able to get away. Dark Margot TP through. Leostyle in response, going for the TP out, but loses his life. And Matthew also joined in with a TP towards the bottom lane. But it will be a 1-for-1 trade coming in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he also TP'd on Leostyle, so he has to do the walk of shame back to mid.
Yeah,
That's the worst part.
He probably wouldn't have cared to just TP mid, but Dark Mago was already back there. Second highest, yes. I mean, a dandy old time as Dark Mago always has.
Kataro takes the gateway bottom side. Yadomi being chased here by Prada. And in the trees, will they be able to catch him? Kataro's actually farming up some creep camps near Yadomi.
Oh.
And Yadomi sees everything with this observer ward. He's walking up forward towards Kotaro. There's going to be Sacred TPing in as well. Kotaro cooldown comes out, but the snowball dodges all the damage. And they will get the kill onto Kotaro. And yeah, he went to take the gateway to farm, and he just easily cleared him up.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Dondo will get his level 6, the OT, in about 20 seconds. There might be another play that he can make with this Prada Bounty Hunter.
Beast is closing in on towards his... I mean, he is starting to build up the Aghanim Scepter. Does he have any stacks? He's sending out his board to make a stack happen. But the timing is completely off on one side. The other side, Lion did join in the fun, and that's going to make sure it comes through. However, you have to definitely be careful nothing gets stolen. I don't think they have a good lineup for
It's always
stealing,
level 6, what the hell?
Yeah, Kataro dropping pretty low. Dark Mago tried to go for a fight top, but the kill is happening bottom because, yeah, again, Leo style, Dawn ulti comes out. Michel came in from behind, and they lose Pakaz, who is top net worth, so that's always going to be a huge kill.
Okay.
Oh,
Once again,
Kataro,
Neo style.
there's a
Lose the
tier 1
lane,
token
but
that he wants to pick up, and Dark Mago's in his rune.
oh,
Means that should be a catch onto Kataro. Snowball dodge. Adomi dropping low. Prada, can he get the kill?
he doesn't get the hit.
Oh no, that is really disastrous. Throws out the Shuriken Dash. Will still find the kill before he falters.
If he attacked first and got the shuriken off, he definitely would have gotten that kill. But at the end of the day, Frank still gets the tower bottom. He is actually recovering pretty fast. Leo style has been pretty active with his ultis. This is fine, honestly.
Kataro is getting hampered a little bit, but it is a very fast farming hero. Same with the... I mean, the Clinks is also going to be a very fast farming hero once he gets a couple more of the items that he needs. Bit of a ras. Bottle refill came through already, though, for Leo style, so he'll be just fine. Dawn ulti in 30. Frank, in the meantime, is starting to farm up one of the ancient stacks that is a juicy moneymaker.
Probably should wait for the stack here, but those were pretty early wild axes, so I don't think he's gonna get this stack.
I love the fact that, you know, last game he had big stacks on the Bristle. This game he has big stacks on the Beastmaster. Dawn ulti gets all the vision needed. Prada, Ice Shards block, and the bounty will be left behind. Bounty's so close to this level 6 as well.
Yeah, I mean, they denied the rune, so I don't think it's that big of a problem. And they have literally 5 heroes mid lane. Waska just literally sending everyone. Very European move, I would say. Don't get to see South American teams do this that often.
Frank is going for ancient stack number 2. Has 2 pieces of his ags. And is also level 8 right now. Doesn't really have enough mana, so with the Royal Jelly sending out clarities. Even gets a mango gifted to him by Micha.
It's getting 1 stacks from the frenzy creeps, so actually we don't have enough mana to clear it off.
And that is 1 more piece for his ags to be finished. Kotaro is going for his own ags as well, and Leo style Blade Mill. That's a good tool against the... I mean, honestly, Clinks is a hero that very quickly accidentally kills himself.
Yeah. DP also doesn't like it. Yoshi has a heal. They're gonna go for a little bit of a play. Prada is invis, but doesn't want to review his location by casting track.
Domi. There's going to be the chase in deeper. They have dust available. Matthew, though, he's looking to get the kill. Track does get thrown out onto Matthew in response. Nice shuriken toss damage comes out. A lot of damage here coming through. Michel there with the stun onto Matthew. Finger blows him up. They get a finger charge and a track gold kill. They'll take that trade any day of the week.
I'm surprised Leo style never joined that fight. It definitely felt like there was an opening for him to OT, protect the bounty, but maybe just wants to finish his items, as the eggs on the Beastmaster is also pretty much finished, 200 gold, so should have it in
the Nyx, I don't think the Nyx assassin uses Spike Carapace in that fight, so
maybe not. Yeah, maybe
you don't want to waste your ulti there. That's why also Nyx died, because they expected, like, the Lion expected him to use his Spike Carapace when the Earth Spike came out. But he was like, nah, if Dawn ults, I counter it. So that's also kind of a trade-off that you have to make this game. When you use Spike Carapace on the Nyx Assassin, you won't have it available for the Dawn.
They're making a lot of stacks for Fusion. Frank gets his eggs, gets to form another camp. There's a lot of stacks on to Fusion Strike as well, which will be scouted by Waska. They realize that they're playing very passive, so they're assuming the stacks are being made non-stop. Dude, the beast is level 11. Oh shit.
Yeah, Frank's has been farming ancient stacks, has drums of Slam done, and they're looking for so long to get that catch onto him, but he's still just farming the creeps from his triangle that they just walked through.
Yeah. Got pretty lucky there to positioning on Frank, and they did block the ancient camp, but it's gonna be, they're gonna realize very quickly that that happened. Oh, Yadomi trying to steal the wisdom. Let's see if he's gonna be able to. No.
He's gonna go for the TP out of there, and it will be a straightforward 1-for-1 trade. Michel gets the wisdom. He's closing in on towards his drums. Prada is solo cresting it up. And Frank, with that Ags done, like, they could walk into the Roche pit easily. But all you need is Ags.
Use exorcism at all this game?
No, and I don't think we've seen Roar either.
But I mean, he's farming a lot with Beastmaster, right? Whereas, sure, the Death Prophet is an under farm, but when you look at levels, Frank's already level 12. He's 3 levels ahead of the DP.
It does help that your support's just, constantly, like Michel was constantly making stacks for him, so. Oh, Dark Mago jumped in towards mid. They'll quickly blow up the Lion. And Prada's gonna go for some tracks.
Kotaro will finish his eggs in about 30 seconds. So that's another pretty big timing here for Fusion. I'll be honest, considering, again, how much Waska stopped the lanes. It is a bit underwhelming how it doesn't really feel like they have any momentum this game. They're controlling the map, but alright.
There's the Dawn ulti coming in. They lose Prada already. The Roar comes out. The drums of Slam, are they going to be able to keep him alive? Frank is healed back to max, and Jacob's
Prophet is dead.
That's instantly. Like, he was just gone. And this Frank Beastmaster, he took quite a lot of damage in that fight as well, but out heals it insane what the drums do on the Beastmaster. Slow onto Yadomi, and this is all track money as well coming into these fights. Yadomi taken down in front of the Roche pit, and that's going to be it.
You know what they don't have on Waska? They don't have any region mitigation. Absolutely no region reduction, which means that Frank's gonna keep being a nuisance, and he might just get this verse for free, unless Waska instantly... Well, which they will.
Prada, that's a dieback. And Frank in the Roche pit, gonna be forced to TP out. TP gets interrupted by Matthew. Michel comes running forward. They need the gyrocopter there as soon as possible, because Michel's gonna get taken. This is big. Roche is half HP, less than half HP, and it's gonna get secured here.
Yeah, they needed more heroes. Like, just sending the Beastmaster like that with a tier 1 tower top. That is a bit too much cockiness from Fusion, and deservedly, they're gonna be paying the price here. Waska just sending more heroes.
Yep, Waska is, well, they've recovered from that bad team fight. They got the Aegis on the Clinks. He's got the Deso done as well. Dragonlance Shard next. He still does a lot of damage on the Clinks. And he wasn't there in the previous fight, I think.
Nah, he wasn't. He was, he tried to connect, but he was too late. Wakas does have the Desolator, also has a growth ball, so a lot of debuffs they can apply.
Michel needs to be a little bit careful. He's been a pretty easy target to blow up. This Nyx Assassin of Matthew is finding a lot of good targets. He's going for the Dagon next. They find Frank. That's a big one. That's a huge one. Dawn ulti comes flying out. Will drop in the place. Frank stays alive through it all.
No.
Leostal pumps out some damage with the Blade Mill. It means that Pakaz can't right-click him. And Michel bought back for this, but that's an Avatos coming into play, and Michel is going to be a dieback. Leostal still on the run. Gyrocopter comes in a little bit late to the party. Frank is now going to be forced all the way back by Pakaz. who's even going to clean up his little birdie. But they were lacking Kotaro in that fight, definitely, on the side of Fusion.
Definitely needed to be there. Not sure if his TP was on cooldown or something. But still, Frank stays as this unmovable wall that Waska just cannot burst down. So he is still a big issue that Waska needs to eventually address as they find Kotaro. Oh no.
And Kotaro, call down comes out. He's going to get taken down, but in response, they might just get smelted here. Matthew quickly running away in his Vendetta form. Pakaz comes back alive. They track him. They dust him. They chase him. Matthew actually a bit away from dropping dead. There's the Dagon coming up, healing Matthew again. And on the side, Leostal's going to get taken out. Pakaz, the snowball save is not going to be there. Frank joins in the fun. And it's all on to Prada to disengage. Lion has rejoined as well. Has the finger available, but too much damage from the side of Waska.
Bad pathing from Leo style. He ran towards the outpost, whereas I think he should have just walked towards his own tower there. Ends up finding the Tusk and dying, and he kind of baited the rest of the team with him. So Waska, they live, but still, Pakaz, 3 deaths already. Not ideal, although he does have 7 kills, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, Pakaz is not too shabby right now, but is still a hero that is very squishball, very easy to blow up if he gets roared, as we have seen a couple of times happen. And Kotaro needs to make sure that he does not get spotted and taken down first. They are smoked up. They know that they're smoked up because, for obvious reasons, Don just, his ulti came out, or his innate, so they know they're creeping up on them.
Oh boy. Kotaro. Careful.
Matthew gets spotted out, and this was all just to bait the Don ulti come flying out. Will join the fray. The roar comes out onto Sacred. The DP is a nice target. The rest is going to chase for Pakaz. Dark Mago, can he keep him alive? Pakaz is pretty fast, even while he is being tracked. Will they be able to catch up to him? It seems very unlikely. Prada might just do a retrack, but that's about the extent of it. Nonetheless, 2 kills secured for Fusion. And some track money made.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, that's pretty good for Fusion. They defend that tower. They're going to be able to control their Tormentor. Prod is just chasing Pakaz to the ends of the world here. Constantly retracking.
Throws another track onto Yodomi. Was seeing if they might have left the experience rune in the area. Well, Frank is closing in on towards his BKB. I'm surprised none of these Dawn ultis have been interrupted yet.
Yeah, I mean, that fight, they controlled the Nyx, so they knew. And it feels like this Nyx is trying to use his carapace to stun the Beastmaster through his axes a lot of the time. So, because he has to do that to set up his own Impale, the carapace is on cooldown most of the time.
Daro going for the Daedalus next. But the big items are these 2 BKBs. Frank is almost done with his BKB, as is Leostal. That's a big item, because they have a lot of physical damage as well with the DP, I guess, but mainly the clinks. But at least the magic damage from this Nyx Assassin plus Tiny combo. Honestly, the Tiny is the one that's been destroying them with the damage in the fights. And then they get finished off by someone else afterwards. But the initial damage coming out is shredding right through them.
There you go. That's the BH shard. And he's not that far off from his level 15. And that's when killing anyone is going to become such a problem for Waska.
Frank's still doing a very solid job at farming. Prada, he's got his friendly shadow now. So even the Radiant side needs to... I mean, they all obviously have dust on like everyone, but they might have to deal with it a bit more. Even the cores should probably secure a dust or two.
That's
a lot of push
on the Beastmaster, but yeah, as you said, that Tiny, that Clings, they all do a lot of power damage.
1+ as well from Leosal. Now that he's got the BKB, he can just pop the BKB and then his ult, and then he can't be interrupted.
Yeah, doesn't feel great, but
it feels absolutely horrible. But they do find Sacred, and that is going to feel great. Track gold kill, Finger of Death as well. Get that money, get those stacks. On the side, Dark Mago spotted, is slowed down. Nice stun comes out. Frank doesn't have the roar available. Matthew, though, is going to get rooted by the bird, stunned up in the process, taken down out of the running. And they find two pretty big kills looking for the tier 1 tower towards mid. That's going to be more money in the back pocket for Fusion.
And not only that, it also means that Roshan is going to be spawning on the Dire side pretty much 100%. Even if it spawns Radiant, it's just going to be too quick for Waska to do anything about it. And, I mean, let's be frank here, Fusion should have probably had that first Roshan. They just overplayed their hand. So can Waska, with this now bigger lead on the side of Fusion, contest Roche? Well, we'll wait and see.
I do find this choice very interesting from the Dawn. He's gone for Blade Mill, the Shard, BKB, and next item is going to be the Ags. I can understand why, because Beastmaster is just doing so much damage in these fights. And so is the Gyrocopter, honestly. Considering Gyro is going like full Daedalus build after with the Hurricane Pike and whatnot. So they're just trying to make sure that he survives the initial push, and then should be enough to clear up the rest of Waska. I like it.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Like, you don't need more damage necessarily. And they have a fair amount of stackable damage reduction or healings, especially with the BH being close to 15. So I really like it. They're going Shivas on the Beastmaster as well, so they can actually build this healing reduction, whereas on the side of Waska, it's gonna be non-existent. If this Death Prophet is already dying, imagine when there's a Shivas available.
He does have a Lotus just finished up, so the counterplay on the Roar could be disastrous for them, but it's also a good tool to deal with the Bounty Hunter's tracks and homing missile return and everything the Lion has. Honestly, it's a very solid Lotus game. X in onto Dark Mago, stun comes out, Dawn ulti, Michel's gonna get 2-man stun. Frank is actually gonna get the roar off, but this damage coming out from Pakaz is huge. Leosal is in trouble. His BKB has just ended as well. They will at least get the Nyx Assassin, but Leosal will not be able to disengage. And that means Roche is very likely for the Radiant side. They're actually going to chase in for more. Prada is going to get controlled up. 2-man stun by accident. Prada through the trees. But the Toss Ava combo is too much damage and they'll fall back. But yeah, Frank, in almost a split second, died to that Clinks. And that's before the Clinks has Daedalus. He's actually going for Kanda on the Clinks.
Otari feels so afraid in those fights. And I think a part of that is just his item build. Going for this Hurricane Pike Daedalus. He barely touched anyone. Even after he got to see everyone there. I feel like he's been a little bit too cautious. But we'll see. You know, he is definitely very farmed. But, you know, you want to utilize that farm, as looks like Matthew is looking for Katara.
Michel needs the shard. In that fight would have gone a lot better if he managed to get the shard earlier. Because he was mana draining, and then he got stunned, blown up by the Nyx. But if he's just there with BKB, essentially,
yep,
you don't really care whatsoever about the Nyx.
Gonna smoke. Oh, still there from Matthew.
Matthew on the side. Sacred would be again a nice catch. Dark Mago would be even better. They have the Dawn ulti available. But this Picas clinks as well. He's got the Lincolns done. Kanda is going to be nuts with the Tar Bomb later. And the pushing strength of that hero. One of the greatest things is you have Dawn, so you always have someone that can be in your base.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Dawn going for this very defensive Aghanim Scepter centric build didn't get the cooldown reduction on Solar Guardian. Like the critical strike, I guess it helps you farm a bit better, but wouldn't say that he's gonna be doing more damage in the fights because of it.
Oh, bottom side. Matthew. There's a homing missile chasing him down. Prada gets the track. Prada gets the sprint. Out of there. Dust is not going to connect. Hidomi. Prada still trying to disengage. He's going to get caught in the end, and they will lose the bounty hunter. Okay. With a 5-man rotation, they find a singular bounty, but they'll probably use that Aegis to at least get the bottom set of racks. Bottom set of towers. Racks might be a little bit tough still.
Yeah, I don't think they can necessarily go high ground. Although they do push very fast, so we'll see how much they want to pressure this. I wonder why they're waiting here for fusion. I guess the X is a big one.
And Gyrocopter really wants the Skadi, but outside the Satanic. Frank, Shiva's guard is also almost done. I think that one's a pretty important one. The Shiva's healing reduction against the TP and also the AoE slow and the armor for the Beastmaster, not to forget. Because he did get destroyed by Picas previously.
Yeah, the armor definitely plays a big role. And it'll be definitely be up. I guess. Yeah, I wonder if this Aegis is going to be utilized for anything else. Because fighting pickoffs is not that easy for Waska. You would expect him to be, for it to be easy, right? You have the Clinks, you have the Tiny and the Nyx, but they know that posturing aggressively when this bounty hunter is running around is pretty tough, and they do not have a gem right now.
Yeah, the DP does have a gem. So if they manage to find him, scoop him up, that would be pretty important. There's a lot of invis this game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let me chill. Yeah, he's got the Go Scepter. Decided not to get the Aghanim Shard. Maybe waiting for the next Tormentor. Should be up soon. To hopefully be lucky and secure that one for free.
And a bit of a Paul's Arena. Level 20 clicks. Gets the straight attack speed.
I'm actually curious. What is the other gyro facet? Afterburner.
The move speed thing.
God, his facets are meh.
Yeah, they really are. I'm surprised secondary strikes is being picked that much. Like, it's fine. This one, I feel like the other one's better. Like, you actually get to run super fast in the fights, and Jar has like infinite mana for Rocket Barrage.
I guess the slow from the second strike.
It's nice. Maybe I just suck at Gyro, so I feel like it's pretty hard to make it, to land those cooldowns. But for the specialists, yeah, it might be good.
It's a boring hero.
It really is.
But then again, I only primarily play boring heroes. Except for Rubik. I love Rubik. I'm terrible at it. I've my most played hero, and I've got like a 44% win rate or something.
Yeah, I know how it feels. So, tier 2 tower will fall.
Ah, that pushing power.
It's insane.
That's also like what you take one team fight against the Radiant lineup and Klinks is not there. The moment you look away from the team fight, Klinks has already destroyed your base. That's the scariest prospect in this game.
That's a Nemesis curse, Links as well. Very scary.
With the Kanda no done, so with the Tar Bomb Blast, does quite a significant, actually surprisingly little damage. Like he has 300 in total, which is not that much compared to, let's say, Tiny's Kanda hit. That one's ridiculous. Or Luna.
So Aegis will expire. I think it's time for Fusion to do something here. There you go, they buy a smoke.
Darrow with that Satanic as well. Very survivable. You would say he has 22 armor, 3.9k HP on the Gyrocopter. Feels like he should be able to go for a big fight, but this Klinks might be a bit too much. Jump in from Frank, gets Aurora onto Sacred. Snowball save comes out. Dawn is here. They drag him back inside the call down, and they'll find the double with the gem instantly to be secured here for the Dawnbreaker. So now they have their own gem available against Pakaz and the pesky Matthew Nix.
Huge.
That was actually a really big play from Frank. Dark Mago? Walking out forward is going to get stunned up. Has a BKB. Can't even get the cost off. Matthew is going to get spotted. Tracked up. Indeed, Frank gets a double kill.
I've seen that movie before. Dark Mago is dragging the creeps at least with his illusions, but at the end of the day, that's still a huge fight for Fusion.
Rada, invis up, looking for possible targets. Kataro clearing up the tier 1 in the top lane. But yeah, they won't be... They get a tier 1 out of that big fight. And a decent amount of money, but no heavy hitters right there. No, like, Roche lost or tier 2 towers gone.
Frank's going for a refresher, so he's pretty much gonna commit to the double BKB level bar. He might lack mana. It's definitely gonna be close.
Dawn ult. He gets interrupted thanks to the Spike Carapace. He didn't pop BKB. Prada's on the run. The war gets thrown out onto Sacred on the back line. Matthew is dropping pretty low, but Sacred's going to be the main target here. Frank trying to pump out damage. And Pakaz do the exact same onto Frank. Prada to disengage, but Kataro still is alive and kicking here. Has a couple of his spells available on the Gyrocopter. The sun lands onto the Tiny. 2-man stun with the Spike comes out, and now Pakaz has to force himself out of there. He's trying to disengage and dodge and weave his way through, but he doesn't have another death pact. And he is going to get homing missile chased into oblivion. The punk is probably... Is that actually going to be enough? There is no bounty for the track. God, that Lincoln's is just gonna pop it, right?
Yeah, it will.
Oh, they won't be able to reach him. He is so fast, and he drags them all across the map as well.
Can I say something?
You can
Death
say
Prophet is the most ass hero in this game.
Yeah,
this
he literally does nothing.
Absolutely terrible. I don't understand.
Oh, Roche is almost instantly up.
Ooh. It is dire though. Fusion pretty far away from it, but it is on their side, so they can take this TP to the dire side.
They spotted out. So. They have a boar in the pit.
Oh, nice.
That's like Frank is playing out of his mind here.
He really is. He really is. Both games, to me, he's been like the MVP. Just playing his lane, getting stacks. Being incredibly useful.
In mid, where he spotted the DP, then blinks in, throws the wild axes in the tree, spots just a sliver of him, because of course you don't cut down all the trees, and
yeah,
they blow up Sacred, take him out of the running. Like Frank is being just ridiculously good at the moment.
And I feel like considering how hard the laning stages have been. And
Oh,
also
Matthew
like,
coming in from behind. Though I might have cast cursed it right now. Frank is actually going to stay alive in the process. Charging in for Matthew. The roar was thrown on Dark Mago, and he is gone. Sacred. The track gets reflected. Matthew's going to go for the TP attempt. Will get interrupted on his TP attempt. Will get spotted, scouted out, and taken down with 3 kills secured. And the problem for Pakaz is, well, first of all, he's not really finding any kills in these fights anymore. But also, all these lanes are pushed towards Waska every single time, so he can't even backdoor.
Yeah. The wave clear that they have is pretty mediocre, right? DP super slow, doesn't get to do it that well. Tiny can do it, but he's been trying to fight with his team. But just I don't know, man. Just that Prophet Hero, absolutely, just doesn't do that much. He cannot posture in this game.
I mean, right now,
this very defensive build.
Look at this bounty hunt with all the money he made. He's got the 4-staff, Solar Crest, Crimson Guard, the Shard. He has a Craggy Coat as well for extra armor on himself. He's got so many tools. And
luckily for Waska, they still have tier 2s, right? Or else this game could have been close to over.
Also, Leostyle did not go for the Ags, which I prefer that he didn't go for the Ags. Because right now, his ulti is just a way to get to the team fight. If you get Ags, it even increases your duration of Solar Guardian, which means your BKB lasts shorter in the team fight.
Sure. Yeah, I get what you mean. Also, despite all of the struggles here, Pakaz is doing fine. So, that's a big timing for this hero.
But Kataro is also fine. He's level 25 now. Flat cannon cooldown. He has Rapier on Gyro.
And Ancient Guardian.
And Roar comes in.
The
toss back attempt. Do they keep Sacred alive? No, they do not. The toss is not even going to be enough. They get the kill. Frank is slow, but he has the refresher, and he uses it. There's going to be the push-up. Kutaro's actually in a little bit of trouble. Pops the Satanic, has the Aegis still alive.
Oh, no.
And yeah, Kataro's just going to be fine. Toss back once again. Maybe not completely fine. Has the Hurricane Pack. Actually kills off everyone. Kataro's on an ultra kill. And GG gets called. Okay, that was... That went faster than I thought. Dark Mago, toss up. Can he get the Rampage? Too slow. That last fight, like, there was a little bit of flat cannon happening, and then just everyone dead.